Well, after all the shenanigans over at Martha's Vineyard, you know, those 50 illegals and Martha Vineyard saying no and DeSantis having the last laugh, or did he? Enter Fox News. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this is what's next. Hey, what's up, guys? Jasper Gonzo here. Another episode of What's Next, your daily dose. Back from vacation. Yes, my first day back, and I do apologize for not getting videos out the last 2 days. Friday was the get together with the family, and of course, Saturdays when we all packed up and got the hell out of Dodge, and sadly, back to reality. Well, caught all the shenanigans regarding Martha's Vineyard and those lovely, lovely Venezuelan illegals. Of course, all 50 of them, and you had to get the National Guard involved. But the one thing that I saw over and over again on my Twitter feed and other feeds is that how fast they got them out of there. Within 24 hours, those illegals were back on the buses, and they get the hell off the damn island. Well, now, of course, you got more shenanigans in play because now you have attorneys saying that this was all a political stunt, and somehow Fox is involved. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Lawyers say Martha Vineyard put migrant flights a political stunt, needs criminal probe. Yes, just like the situation in Mar-a-Lago. The Massachusetts Attorney General and the federal government received letters Sunday alleging transportation of vulnerable immigrants flown to Martha Vineyard was a political stunt, demanding open criminal investigations. Yes, this is dastardly, just like the J6 hearings and those, I don't know, was it Chewbacca-led people who did that? Anyway, lawyers representing some of those involved claim that clients were induced to board airplanes and cross state lines under false pretenses, including promises of working opportunities, schooling for their children, and immigration assistance by people working with and on the behalf of Governor Ron Macho Man DeSavage, and the Washington Times reports. Lawyers for civil rights further accuse Florida of targeting migrants based on race and national origin in an attempt to make a political statement. Gee, the majority of the illegals who come into this country, are they Asian? No. Are they black? Somewhat. Are they Hispanic? Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. LRC, which counts for about 30 of the migrants as clients, claimed that the trip had consequences for those who may miss immigration check-ins or were left on an island where job prospects for adults and education opportunities for children are slim supply, the report set out. This was Del Rio 2021, 15,000 migrants. Martha Vineyard 2022, just 50. Let's play that, shall we? This was epic and savagery and vintage.
To take care of 50 immigrants, and we certainly don't have housing. We're in a housing crisis as we are on this island, and so we can't house everyone here that lives here and works here. We don't have housing for 50 more people.
Basically, Karen said, "Get the fuck off my island." Quote, they preyed on the vulnerable of our clients, many of whom have suffered deep trauma in their home countries on their journeys to the United States, and exploited this vulnerability to win trust through false promises. LRC Executive Director Evan Espinoza Madrigal said in a letter addressed to the Massachusetts Attorney General and U.S. Attorney. LCR, Further, alleged migrants were told they could not find work, school, immigration assistance if they got on the planes and headed north. Some migrants said that they were told to head to Boston, only to be told mid-flight, nah, not going to happen. Off to Martha's Vineyard you go. The letters were signed by LRC's executive director, Evan Espinosa Magdalena, and the group's litigator director, Orrin Selstrom. As Breitbart reported, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is responsible for 2 planefuls of immigrants, savage, of immigrants landed at Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts on Wednesday. Yes, Florida can confirm 2 planes with illegal immigrants arrived in Martha's Vineyard today as part of state relocation program to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary destinations. DeSantis Communications Director Taryn Fenske told Fox News soon after. DeSantis in Florida, we take what's happening at the southern border seriously. We are not a sanctuary state, and we will gladly facilitate the transport of illegal immigrants to sanctuary jurisdictions. But let's hear it from the savage himself.
We are not a sanctuary state, and it's better to be able to go to a sanctuary jurisdiction. And yes, we will help facilitate that transport for you to be able to go to greener pastures. Biden would fly people in the middle of the night, dump them all across this country. There was no warning on any of this. And all those people in D.C. and New York
listening,
were beating their chests when Trump was president, saying they were so proud to be sanctuary jurisdictions, saying
aren't
how
they
bad
happy?
it was
Yes.
to have a secure border.
You know, Illinois,
The minute
Massachusetts,
even a
New York,
small
California, you know,
of what those border
these
towns
lovely,
deal
lovely
with every day is brought to
blue
their
states.
front door, they all of a sudden go berserk, and they're so upset that this is
The
happening.
hypocrisy.
And it just
Oh,
shows
you have
know,
to love
their
it.
Virtue signaling is a fraud. Okay, they.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Now we go from that to this. This out of Daily Wire. Ridiculous. Fox News reporter refutes claims that the network coordinated with Abbott ahead of the migrant drop-offs. Now, of course, this does not have anything to do with DeSantis and Florida and Martha's Vineyard. Fox News reporter Griff Jenkins fired back at the suggestion that the network had coordinated with Governor Greg Abbott to capture the footage of illegal immigrants being dropped off outside Vice President Kamala Harris' residence this week. Yes, it did happen, and it was wonderful.
In Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis sent 2 plane loads of illegal migrants to the uber elite Martha's Vineyard. And in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott sent a busload of illegal migrants to the
I should have mentioned Abbott in the beginning of this video because he had a part to play in it as well. But
interviewing them.
well, there you go.
What would you like to say? Would you like to say anything to Vice President Harris, who lives in the house behind you?
My gratitude to America, to all the people in America.
Yes,
Vice President Harris said
gratitude.
that the border is closed. Is the border closed? Do you believe that the border is closed, or is it
Ah.
open?
It's open, not closed. The border is open.
And Fox correspondent anchor Griff Jenkins joins us now. You did okay with some of the others with your broken Spanish, I must say.
Terrible Spanish.
When that segment first aired, some critics said it looked like it was collusion between Fox News and Greg Abbott's office.
That's ridiculous, Howie. We did not coordinate, nor would we coordinate with Governor Abbott or any other office. There was a press release that went to multiple news organizations that was embargoed until the buses arrived. Just told us that the buses were coming. We didn't know much details, but there was at least one other television crew and one other print organization there when we were there waiting for the buses to arrive.
Jenkins also noted that small border towns that were still being overwhelmed by the crisis, but yet 50 dropped in a tiny island on Martha's Vineyard, that tiny island paradise is brought to its knees. There is a clear double standard.
Only took 2 plane loads of 50 migrants to be dumped into a billionaire's backyard to get the whole country talking about what we should have been talking about in the very beginning, and that is this crisis of why they're coming here, how they're coming because this administration's policies are pulling them in record numbers. The number of migrant deaths that the administration does not want to talk about and will not publish as of yesterday was 782, 30 in this month of September alone. 30 migrants have died trying to get here, and yet they won't talk about it. That is a crisis that needs to be addressed, and these border towns can't hold them.
All right, my thoughts. Like I said a little while ago, I forgot to take into account that Abbott was part of this story, and I do apologize. So if it makes it look like this was just all about DeSantis and going on to Martha's Vineyard, no, Abbott had his part to play. But this is wonderful. It's wonderful for DeSantis to do what he did and send in Martha's Vineyard. And all hell breaks loose. But you've had cities who have gotten flooded with illegals, not just the last 2 years, but the last 30 to 40 years since Reagan signed the immigration amnesty bill in November of 86. At that point, we were around 3.235 million. Now we are between 40 and 50 million, possibly even higher. That has been going on. So we got to concentrate, unfortunately, on the here and the now. 2 years, 2.5 million illegals have flooded across the border since Dementia Boy took office. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. But Griff Jenkins is 1,000% correct, is that it took Martha's Vineyard for the country to wake up and notice. When Texas has been dealing with this shit, Arizona has been dealing with this shit, New Mexico has been dealing with this shit, California has been dealing with this shit, and other states for decades. But it took a little tiny island off the coast of Massachusetts for the nation to wake up. Interesting what happens when you take some illegals and drop them off in front of a couple billionaires' houses. How then all of a sudden, yeah. Oh, we're awake now. You know, wait now. Yeah, you want to drop them off in front of Obama's house. You drop them off in front of, Kamala Kneepad's house. And, of course, you got media losing their damn minds, saying, how dare you do this, DeSantis? How dare you do this, Abbott? And blaming Trump. Of course, Trump will get the blame for everything because that's what happens. It's 2022 and blame Trump. That's what it is. Sun's hot, water's wet, blame Trump. But DeSantis, mwah. Abbott, mwah. I tip my hat to both of you, sir. Because you're waking people up. And you're saying, not in my state. So there you go. With that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.